Today I'm breaking down the 5 W's, who, what, when, where, why, of remote work and travel. And if you stick around, I'll even cover the how, as in how to get started. So let's talk about the first W, which is who. And the answer is anyone. Seriously, I meet all sorts of people when I'm traveling on the road. I meet young people, I meet retirees, I meet singles, couples, families, people who are fully employed with the company, people on sabbatical, people who have just gone out and figured it out like me on their own. There's all sorts of people who live this lifestyle. So it's not just for the young, it's not just for the techie, it's not just for the influencers. If it is something that you're interested in, which I'm guessing it is because you're watching this video, then you are someone who could be a remote work and traveler. The second W, what is remote work and travel? Well, it's the flexibility to work from anywhere and the freedom to travel. So you're not a digital nomad. Okay, you don't have to be. Again, there's this preconception that you have to do it one way and that's the right way to do it or the only way to do it. Well, that's not true. Remote work and travelers can do it all sorts of ways. Maybe you have a home base and you only want to travel 3 to 6 months a year. Maybe you want to work and travel full time, but you only want to do it for a year and then you want to buy a house and settle down. That's okay. There are so many different ways that you can be a remote worker who is traveling. A new term that you might hear popping up is work from anywhere, which is really just one step further than work from home because it means you could be working from a coffee shop or a library or a co-working or a train station or an airport. And these are all the different places that I've worked before myself. But it also means that you could work from a coffee shop in Thailand or a library in Scotland or a co-working in Cape Town. So don't limit yourself to feeling like you have to fit into certain boxes. The what of it is just flexibility and freedom to work where you want, whenever you want to. The next W, when? Well, why not right now? The world has never been in a better place than right now for people to actually go out and remote work and travel. Companies are getting on board, technology is getting on board, the world governments are getting on board with digital nomad visas. Seriously, now is the best time to do it. If you're not in a place to leave tomorrow or even next month, that's okay. Figure out what your first step is and then take it. And then figure out the next step and then take that one and then map it out and figure out how long it will actually take you to get fully remote if you're not already, or how long will it take you to actually start traveling and hitting the road. And why is that? So for me, it took me 8 months, which is quite a bit of time. May not take you 8 months. It probably won't. I tend to do things a little bit slower, but it took me 8 months because I was in a full-time job. I had to start my own online business. I had to quit my job. I had to move in with my mom to build up my finances in my business. And then I finally hit the road and went to New Zealand. So it took me a little while. Also, just the mindset and all of that took me a little while to actually step on that plane. But then I did, and I've been doing it for 3 years since. So it was worth it to me to prepare and map those things out before I started. So think about that for you. When is the best time? I would say now. I would say 2021 is the best time. But if you can't do it now, well, then what about 2022? There's really no point in waiting. So much of the world is ready for you to become a digital nomad, a remote worker and traveler, work from anywhere, whatever you want to call yourself. Now is the time. And what about where? Well, have Wi-Fi, will travel. The where is really probably the least important place because unlike a vacation where you have to pick one and you have to go back to work and then plan your next vacation, as a remote work and traveler, you get to travel whenever, wherever you want. So picking the place is actually probably one of the easiest things to do of this whole process. So think about what lights you up, where's been on your bucket list for a long time, and most importantly, where has Wi-Fi. So there are some places that are a little too remote to be a functioning remote worker. You might want to put those places aside for actual vacations. But if you need a little bit more assistance, I do have a travel quiz, some of the most popular digital nomad destinations. So I'll put a link to that below if you want to figure out what is the best place for you and your work and travel life. And why? The why. This is personal. It's different for every person. Some people, it's because they value experiences over stuff. And so traveling is the way for them to have the most fulfilling life. Some people want to travel when they're young and not wait until they're older. Some people, it's just because why not? They have the opportunity. Again, the world is just more equipped now than ever to support this lifestyle. So why not? Maybe for you, it's just you don't really fit into or buy into the traditional societal lifestyle that people tell you should have of, college and then job, marriage, children, retirement. If that idea doesn't appeal to you, then again, why not? Why not take the opportunity while you can now and try it out? If you don't like it, you don't like it. Your why can only come from you. So I would encourage you to sit down and really think about what it is that you want out of life and not necessarily what you should want out of life. Do you see the difference? What you actually want, which is what you feel like you should want. It might be the same, it might be a little different. Sit down and figure out which one is actually which. Now, actually, on top of your intrinsic internal why, there are also some scientifically proven benefits to traveling. So that includes it makes you happier, it helps lower stress, it decreases a risk to heart disease, it improves your brain health, and it makes you more creative. So I'll put a link down below to the article that I found on this that has a link to all of the scientific studies. But there are a lot of proven benefits to traveling and how it benefits and improves your life. So even if you can't travel full time, again, that's okay. If you can find ways to fit in travel into your life on a regular basis, there are a lot of benefits to being able to do that. And lastly, the how. And there are so many ways. You may not believe it if you don't live in sort of this like work and travel space. I've been in it for 10 years. And so I've seen a variety of different ways of people going after their dreams and making it happen. So if you want this, again, just know that the opportunities are out there and that they exist. So when you're ready, I am here to help you. There are a few things that you can do right now, today, if you are ready to get started. And the first one is go ahead and book a free 20-minute clarity call with me. We can kind of discuss what are the things that are holding you back and what are the next action steps for you to actually move forward. I am offering these on a limited basis. So depending on when you're watching this video, they may not be offered anymore. So be sure to check the description below and book your call. The next thing I can offer you is a lifestyle design guide. So this is a document that I created and it helps walk you through, figure out some of those initial questions, kind of as going through earlier, like what is your why? What is it that you want? Where do you want to go? When do you want to go? It kind of takes you through, asks you all those questions and helps you decide and design the lifestyle that you actually want. And the third thing I can offer you is an online course called Finally Fully Remote. So if you know that your biggest obstacle right now is getting remote and having a remote income, this course is for you. So it will help you land your dream remote job, including resume tips, networking tips, and online profile optimization tips, as well as where to find other remote jobs and how to actually apply for them. So those are the three things that I can offer you as a remote work travel coach. But a lot of this has to be done on your own, right? This is work that you have to do. It's a lifestyle change, probably, most likely, if you're watching this video. And change requires work on your behalf. So identify your why, know what it is, then walk through these 5 W's: who, what, when, where, why, and how. So thank you so much for watching today's training on remote work and travel. I'm really excited for you to go on this journey. Be sure to subscribe here on YouTube. And if you want more daily inspiration and travel and online business tips, be sure to follow me on Instagram at Traveling Taylor as well. And as always, I will see you next week.